Mama June. Pumpkin not happy with her Florida trip. Honey Boo Boo finds Gino to be old Gino. Drug abuse torn the family apart. Welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. In Friday's episode of Mama June, Road to Recovery, Pumpkin and Honey Boo Boo drove to Florida to meet Mama June and Gino. On the other hand, Sugar Bear was kicked out by his wife Jennifer on the doubt of cheating. Alana was excited to meet her mom. However, the teenager got a bit hesitant with the fact that Gino will also be there with her. Let us take a deep look at what happened. Mama June. Honey Boo Boo excitedly to meet Mama. Honey Boo Boo and Pumpkin were seen to be all set for the trip in Friday's episode. Honey Boo Boo was excitedly packing her bag, but she becomes a bit hesitant after knowing that there will be Gino as well. The teenager says, "I don't know how I really feel about that." On the other hand, Pumpkin does not have much hope from the trip. Although her husband, Josh, helped her in packing the bag, Pumpkin confronted that she does not believe June as she never lives up to the expectations she set. Meanwhile, Josh is skipping the trip. He will now have to share the house with Pumpkin's sister Jessica. On the other side, June and Gino prepare their home for June's daughters. Mama June. Jennifer is sure of her husband cheating with June. June has a lot going on in her life, and she cannot afford to bring another mess. Fans do know that June is no more in any engagement with ex-Sugar Bear. However, Sugar Bear's wife Jennifer does not believe the same. She confirmed her doubt after seeing the picture where June has her newly done nails. Jennifer knows that she was with Sugar Bear. But fans do know the truth. Sugar Bear was with Alana. However, he is now kicked out of the house. Sugar Bear has nowhere to go other than to knock on Pumpkin's door. He then asks Josh whether he could stay. Although Sugar Bear is allowed to stay in tent, as the rooms are full. Mama June. The Florida trip seems not to do much good to anyone. Pumpkin and Honey Boo Boo went to Florida with the hope that they will be able to spend some quality time with their mother. However, when they reached, it was Gino who opened the door. It was a bit unwelcoming for them. Also, the daughters were not able to involve themselves with June and her boyfriend. Pumpkin feels disappointed after knowing that they had driven 8 hours for having fast food, which her mother bought for them. In the bed later that night, Gino tells June to be honest with her daughters. Gino talks to June about confronting Pumpkin and Honey Boo Boo that there are chances for them to get arrested ahead. Well, June refuses to do so and says Gino not to kill her vibe. The next day, everyone goes by the beachside. Daily Mail reports Alana not having a good time around again. Although Gino takes a step ahead to comfort her, he plays a game of catch with her. Gino then asks Alana about her friends. To that, June's teenage daughter admits that she does not have many friends, as many were left behind when she moved with Pumpkin and Josh because of June and his fault. However, Alana was happy after talking with Gino and claims him to be old Gino in a confessional. On the other hand, Pumpkin confronts June that she does not think things will ever be repaired between them. Will Mama June upgrade her living? Pumpkin is not enjoying the trip to Florida. She is irritated by the way June is consuming fast foods and making them consume as well. Pumpkin is annoyed even more when she hears June saying that she will buy a house by the beachside. Mama June was definitely trying to lure Honey Boo Boo to live with her. However, Pumpkin confesses that she is old enough to know June's truth, but her sister is not that mature. Pumpkin knows that her mother does not have enough money to upgrade the lifestyle. She accuses her of taking toddler steps rather than baby steps. June Shannon, widely known as Mama June, had faced numerous ups and downs in her life, both in and out of the public eye. Her journey, fraught with personal struggles and family drama, had often been documented on reality TV, drawing both support and criticism from viewers around the world. Despite everything, June remained committed to her daughters, Anna, Jessica, Lauren, Pumpkin, and Alana, Honey Boo Boo. It had been a particularly challenging year for the family. After a tumultuous period involving addiction and legal troubles, June had decided to make a fresh start. She proposed a family trip to Florida, hoping that some time away would help mend the rifts and bring them closer together. She especially wanted to reconnect with Pumpkin and Honey Boo Boo, who had been profoundly affected by the family's recent troubles. However, Pumpkin, who had taken on a significant caregiving role for her younger sister Alana, was skeptical about the trip. She had doubts about whether this vacation would truly help, especially with Gino Doke, June's controversial boyfriend, back in the picture. Gino had a history of drug abuse and legal issues, and his presence was a sore point for the family, particularly for Alana. The trip to Florida started off on a rocky note. Tensions were high as they packed their bags and prepared for the journey. Pumpkin couldn't shake off the feeling that something was going to go wrong, while Alana was apprehensive about spending extended time with Gino. June tried to remain optimistic, but even she could sense the undercurrent of unease. The family arrived in Florida, greeted by the warm sun and beautiful beaches. Despite the picturesque surroundings, the mood was far from cheerful. They checked into their rented beach house, a spacious and comfortable place that June hoped would be a haven for them. Pumpkin looked around the house, taking in the elegant decor and the stunning ocean view. She wanted to enjoy the trip, but her mind was clouded with worries about Gino's behavior and the potential for old habits to resurface. Alana, on the other hand, was quiet and withdrawn, keeping her distance from Gino as much as possible. June, trying to set a positive tone, suggested they start their vacation with a family dinner at a nearby seafood restaurant. Everyone agreed, though the atmosphere was tense. They sat around a large table, the conversation stilted and awkward. "How about we make the most of this trip and try to have some fun?" June said, attempting to break the ice. "We're here to relax and enjoy each other's company." Pumpkin forced a smile, nodding. "Yeah, let's try to have a good time." Alana remained silent, pushing her food around her plate. Gino, sensing the tension, tried to engage in small talk, but his efforts were met with cold responses. As the days went by, the initial tension showed no signs of easing. Despite June's efforts to organize fun activities, beach outings, boat rides, and visits to local attractions, the family struggled to connect. The underlying issues remained unresolved, and the presence of Gino only seemed to exacerbate the problem. Pumpkin kept a close eye on Gino, wary of any signs that he might be slipping back into his old ways. Her suspicions were confirmed one evening when she noticed him acting strangely, nervous, agitated, and avoiding eye contact. She decided to confront him, but he brushed off her concerns, claiming he was just tired from the trip. Unsatisfied with his response, Pumpkin confided in Alana. "I think Gino's back to his old habits," she said, her voice filled with frustration. "I've seen this behavior before, and it's not good." Alana, who had been trying to keep her distance from Gino, felt her worst fears coming true. "I knew it," she said, her eyes welling up with tears. "Why does Mom keep giving him chances? He's only going to hurt us again." Pumpkin decided it was time to confront her mother. She found June sitting on the porch, watching the sunset. The calm scene was a stark contrast to the turmoil inside her. "Mom, we need to talk," Pumpkin said, sitting down beside her. "It's about Gino. I think he's using again." June sighed, her shoulders sagging. "Pumpkin, I know you're worried, but Gino has promised me that he's clean. He's been going to meetings, and he's trying." "I've seen the signs," Mom, Pumpkin insisted. "He's acting the same way he did before. I'm scared for Alana and for all of us. We can't go through this again." June's eyes filled with tears. "I just want to believe that he can change. I love him, and I want us to be a family. But at what cost?" Pumpkin asked, her voice breaking. "We can't keep putting ourselves through this. Alana has been hurt so much already." June knew Pumpkin was right, but the thought of letting go of Gino was painful. She had hoped this trip would be a fresh start for them, but it seemed like the past was catching up with them once again. While Pumpkin and June were talking, Alana was in her room, scrolling through her phone. She felt a mix of anger and sadness. She wanted to confront Gino herself, to tell him exactly how much he had hurt her and ruined her childhood. Gathering her courage, she walked out to the living room where Gino was sitting alone, watching TV. "Gino, we need to talk," Alana said, standing in front of him. Her voice was steady, but her hands were trembling. Gino looked up, surprised. What's up, Alana? You've hurt me a lot, she began, her eyes locking onto his. You ruined my childhood. All those times you were high, fighting with Mom, making our lives hell. Do you have any idea how that felt for me? Gino's expression softened, and he nodded slowly. Alana, I know I've made a lot of mistakes. I'm sorry for all the pain I've caused you. I'm trying to make things right.